Hey, how are y'all doing today? My name is Clint Wilkinson. I'm the owner of Wilkinson's Fine Goods. I wanted to go over the process of ordering one of my hand tool belts today in this video to hopefully answer some questions and just talk about what, hand tooling is. So, hand tooling is an art form that dates back centuries, where people would decorate their leather items, whether it be saddles, other leather gear, boots, things of that nature. It is one of the most traditional leather art forms that there is as far as the decorative aspect goes. And to this day, when you see the word hand tooled, typically that means it's all done by hand. Now, there are other various ways that people try to speed this process up by creating one big stamp that they then take and put onto the leather belt and then press down, then move it, press down, move it, press down, then they're done. But that's not true hand-tooled work. Hand-tooled work, you can tell the difference because of the depth of the designs that are carved and stamped into the leather. It's truly a one-of-a-kind process and one-of-a-kind piece of art. So, the process of doing this, we have two different ways. You can come into the shop and talk to me about what you're after, or if you're not local, you can just visit our website, and I'll link it in the description below. You can click on the website under custom goods and you can design your own belt online, and I'm going to walk you through that entire process. All right, so the first step in the process of picking out a hand tool belt is going to be choosing your pattern. So these are the patterns that I have available currently. I don't typically take on custom drawn patterns, although I could for some sort of extra cost. But for now, these are the patterns that I've drawn up. These are kind of my standard patterns here. So we have two oak leaf patterns, or I guess this is traditional oak leaf. This is more of just a leaf style with acorns. And then these four are more floral. We have a scroll in the center here on this one. This one's got kind of a different leaf pattern there. So there are some differences there. Then this is your basket stamp. So I do that as well. Then once you pick out your pattern, let's say you pick out this pattern right here. So this is floral pattern number 1. So this is our pattern that we're choosing for our belt. Then we're gonna come over here and pick the colors. So these are all the different colorways that I offer right now. So we'll run down those. We have black, chocolate, dark brown, golden brown, saddle tan, buckskin, oil tan. Then we're getting into these specialty colorways. So this is a two-tone where I dye the background and I've dyed this border edge here. And then you have the tooling, which is also a different colorway. So that's a two-tone. And then finally, we have what's called a filigree. And filigree is where we cut out this background portion here, and then we inlay lizard. So you can pick whatever lizard colorway that you want to put behind here. I've got an example of another belt. This is my belt with a filigree also. So you can see where behind here I've inlaid a kind of a cognac lizard, and it just repeats all the way down. So this is a cool way to kind of separate the background from the foreground of the tooling, like that. Okay, so once we've picked out our pattern and then our color, then we're going to pick out our thread color. So there's 3 options you can choose. There is black thread, which is what we generally put on black. Then there's a brown thread, which we can mix and match any colorway that you want. And then there's a off-white thread for more of a traditional look. So you can mix and match these threads however you want. You can put a black thread on this particular belt, you can put a white thread on this black belt. You can do whatever you want there. And then after that, we have the option to carve the back. So all of these are carved just to show people, you know, what that looks like. It doesn't really serve a purpose other than just decorative. Some people believe that it actually helps the belt form and fold better because these hand-tooled belts are really stiff at first. So these cuts in the lining, some people think that it helps with the belt folding over. One of the most important things when ordering a hand-tooled belt is making sure that you have the correct size. So how we do that, it's a rule of thumb here, is that whatever belt that you have, you could have an old belt that you wear, whatever it is. What we like to do is measure from the fold of this leather. So this is called the fold right here where it folds over the buckle. So we're gonna start our ruler right there at the fold. Then we're gonna come all the way down here to our most used hole. So for this particular belt, the size is a 38, and that's what we make our center hole. So this is the middle hole, 38. Then you have two adjustment holes on each side here for a 37 and a 36 and a 39 and a 40. So that way, you know, if the leather's real stiff at first and you're on this particular hole, this 39, after you wear it for quite a while, it may stretch to where you're in this hole, and then you're good. You won't need any more holes after that. Let's say you have a trophy buckle, for instance. Now, if you wear trophy buckles and you know that you're going to wear a trophy buckle all the time, you have to account for where this leather folds over to the space of this particular prong right there. All right. So if you are a 38 belt, but you wear a trophy buckle, you can see that the measurement between this prong and that fold actually adds 2 inches to the belt. So it's gonna make a longer belt. So what you need to do, if you want a dead center hole, you need to actually order around a 36 belt, because 36 plus 2 inches from fold to prong is 38. So that way you land right into the center hole. All right. We also do what's called tapered belts, and you can see on this belt that I wear right here, this is a taper. So it tapers from 1 inch, inch and a half wide down to whatever buckle set you may have. So this one is 1 inch wide right here. So we've tapered it from 1.5 inches down to a 1 inch to fit this buckle set. Typically buckle sets come with 2 keepers. You can see I've got 2 snap, well actually there's 3 snaps here, but it's made for 2 keepers. You can wear this belt without 2 keepers if you wish. You can order it with 2 keepers, or you can order it with a single keeper. That's up to you. If you're somebody who likes to swap out buckle sets all the time, you may want to think about how many keepers you need. Also on buckle sets, they usually come with a tip. These tips for us leather workers are pretty cumbersome, meaning we don't know who your silversmith is. Sometimes they give us a nail, and you can see there's a little hole right here where we would put a nail to keep this keeper in place, and then we'd have to file it down and all that stuff. Sometimes there will be a screw that they give you to put in here as well. Whatever it may be, we can put these tips on for you. We actually prefer that rather than you receiving the belt and trying to put it on yourself. All right, so there you have it. Hope that explained a little bit about the hand-tooled process and how to order a belt from me. And I'll just say this, hand tool belts are expensive. They're an investment, no doubt. But what you're investing in is a belt, number one, that nobody else will have. Number two, a belt that will last you a really long time. And number three, probably something that you'll pass down to the next generation. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. Thanks for supporting leather crafters and this traditional art form. You can visit our website at wilkinsonsfinegoods.com to learn more about what we do. Thank you.